All right, shalom to elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Name of the Heavenly Father, who everybody ignorantly calls God. His true name in the ancient Hebrew, which is the Rawchaa Qadash. His true name is Yahawah. Bahasham means in the name of. Yahawashi is the Holy One of Israel. Everybody ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who was slain at the foundations of the earth for the salvation of the elect on this side. Then you got 2/3 of the wicked Israelites scattered here in America, Babylon the Great, and the other wicked Israelites scattered across the four corners of the earth, who will come back to the loins of the elect after the destruction. The Rawchaa Qadash is the Holy Spirit that's been bestowed upon the men. The only begotten Father gave the only begotten Son out of the earth to complete his work. So we always want to give double honors To the elders and apostles of great millstone, let us all to this truth, been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when this be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah 3:5. It is not slack, 2 Peter 3:9. And is unto a ring, 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Shalom to all you sincere believers out there. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Barak, Atham. Shalom, Mark. Shalom. We're going to get into, a little lesson. And the title is Some of the Smartest People on Earth Forget to Be Wise. And that is the problem with the majority of people here in America, Babylon the Great, pertaining to Jake. There's a lot of Jakes who they do have a certain wisdom, but they don't know how. They have a certain intelligence about them, but they don't know how to apply wisdom. They don't really understand what it means to be wise. And being wise is being able to portray these scriptures whenever a situation occurs in your life. That's what wisdom is being able to not just read these scriptures, but to apply them to who you are, as a person. And I just want to get into a couple verses before I play this first video. It's various end time topics. So Lord willing, is edifying to the flock. Now I'm going to show the picture. We're going to do some precepts, and then, I want you to understand the point of what I'm getting at. Lord willing, is edifying to the flock. So there's this picture, right? You see this lady, right? She looks like a normal looking Edomite woman. She might be a Jake, who knows, right? And really looking at, after you watch this video, she does, after you see what happens, you can kind of tell she might be Jake, because she's going through the curses. There's certain things that the Lord did to the women of Israel, but I want to use this as you see how she look pretty. She got look like she got a makeup on, everything. This is what America Babylon the Great look like, right? But and a 2/3 Jake would be deceived by this and be like, yeah, that's really what she looked like, right? But you got certain Jakes, hopeful elect Jakes, those men who are made upright. We can see these people and be like, nah, something's lucky, something fell off the table. But something ain't right about that. Because why? How do we know that there's something behind this mask? Because you want to look at this woman like she America Babylon the Great. America makes herself, dresses herself up, look nice, whatnot, right? She look real pretty, but there's a mask behind that, man. There's this great whore, okay? You go to the club, right? You see her as a female, she look like that. Yeah, man, she look good and stuff, right? And you take her home, and then you find out really what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? You find out damn, that's not even really what she looked like. And that's how Babylon is, A lot of people think this the land of the free, home of the brave. But then you find out that all the shit they done to Jake here through slavery, sex slave trade, these motherfuckers enslaving people, having people being managers and working 70 hours a week, and it accumulating after they done all them hours to $8 an hour and shit. These motherfuckers are some demons here, okay? But we're gonna look up this scripture first before we get into Psalms 119, verse 104. And this is why when we see women, especially ones with makeup, we know that they're hiding something. That's why Jake don't like women, a man of the Lord. What I mean by that, we don't really like women who do a lot of makeup and shit, because we know that's not your true self, and really in a way it's sorcery, it's deceitfulness to try to get somebody to be appealed by a a form of you that is, not really showing who you are. And there is beauty in the struggle. There is beauty in your flaws. There's beauty in the curses that we have, because that is how we identify as Israelites. And a lot of women, they don't want to really show their true form. And the ultimate one is America Babylon the Great. Because if you seen this bitch, this wicked ass bitch for who she is, you would apply wisdom how you move in this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? This is Psalms chapter 119 verses 104. And it reads, through thy precepts I get understanding. Understanding of what we should be dealing with, what we shouldn't be dealing with. What's the truth and what's not the truth. Therefore, I hate every false way. Simple as that. And that's a false way, wearing makeup and stuff. A lot of people don't even know that makeup, it come from like bat shit and bird shit, whatever. It's some kind of shit that you put on your face. You see what I'm saying? To make yourself look beautiful. Like, how ironic is that? You putting shit on your face to look better. You see what I'm saying? When you really didn't need to change. The Lord wants you to look like you look, so to show you that he's dealing with you. That's why, a lot of Israelite women, they done lost their hair. They dealing wearing wigs and stuff, because the Lord's trying to show you that you're in your curses right now. You're getting punished right now. You don't need to be trying to look the best here. And of course, you got to go out and get jobs and whatever you got to do, So of course, sometimes you might do that, but acknowledge it and know that this ain't our ways, and we got to fit in a little bit in this place to survive or whatnot. We got to go to work. We got to make sure we got all our shit paid off and shit. But don't forget where you from, Jake. This is not our rest. We're not from here. And we hate every false way. And this place is a false light, So we're going to watch this video and show you. This is how it is. Like, let's say, like we said, you at the club and you take America Babylon the Great home as your girl, right? You like, I'm going to take her home. She looked good at the club. Well, this is what happened. This is what's going to happen when you get to the house and it's 2, 3 in the morning and she ready to go to bed. This is what it's going to look like, man. Right here.
Creep on in, on in,
You see all that makeup on that damn towel? All that shit, man. You see what I'm saying? This place is disguised to look like it's a beautiful land. But once you get in bed with this bitch, you're going to find out she ain't everything she says she was. And of course, we know that the N-word person is really what we dealing with, right? But if it's so much about inwardly, why are you doing all this shit outwardly for somebody to look at you as beautiful then? Because these people, they that's what this place is about. They try to sell themselves. You know what I mean? Try to put themselves in a way where you like basically worshiping their ass. And that's how a lot of women are here. Right? See, that's what you're fucking with right there. And she ain't super ugly or nothing, right? But you can tell, like, look at her. She's like, look how she was looking before she that point. See? Look at that shit. Look at the difference of that. That's what you fucking with, man. Fucking with Babylon the Great, man. That's what you fucking with. You fucking with women that's coming out looking like this. And then they look like this, man. It's a whole different looking person, man. And that's how America, that's how Babylon is. It's a whole different fucking person, man. Okay? And so you got to know what you're dealing with. But there's these people out here, they just think they wise as fuck, but they don't, and they smart. They don't know how to apply wisdom. Like, what are you really in? Where are we at? How did we get here? You know what I mean? And you know, that woman might be a Jake. She might not be a bad person. She don't seem like she just super ugly. The point is that that's how America is. It's got disguises on it. Okay? It's covered with deceit to make you think that it's something that it's not. Like it's some beautiful nation that was built off of love and peace and harmony. And you got people pulling up to the camp talking about love, 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 love. And then even over here in Oklahoma, they got pictures of when they was hanging Jake out here. Okay, lynching Jake out here. The fuck you mean? Oh, nice and love. Get the fuck out of our face with that punk shit. Like that's how we feel when you say that shit to us, because we know what the fuck happened here. You know, fuck all that weenie ass shit, and they proud. Why? Because America dresses themselves up like they somebody, like this, right? We're gonna show you this. I got this these videos. I started watching these videos because Elder Apostle Tahar had showed a video on one of them. He subscribed to this, so I subscribed to him. So let me watch this, and they be coming out with little things. But this is to show you that this is the beast system, okay? And this is the whore. This is the harlot that runs it. This is going to give you a little bit more clarity on it. So we're going to watch a little bit of this, and we're going to get into the precepts and move on. Hold on. Watch this. Right?
How does it feel to be Joe Biden, the president of a superpower like the United States? It's certainly not an easy task to be the leader of Uncle Sam's country. As a strong nation, the United States has various global interests that often involve them in international issues. This frequently places the United States in opposition to the interests of other countries, which can eventually lead to conflicts. With the many conflicts and adversaries they have, America pays close attention to its president, especially when undertaking official trips for state duties. The vehicle used during presidential travel is the most vulnerable spot where enemies might attempt to attack the leader of the nation, known as the Land of Liberty. It's not just the high level of security that Joe Biden enjoys, but also the luxury that comes with it. What vehicles does the President of the United States use while performing his state duties? Let's discuss. As the Commander-in-Chief, Joe Biden holds the highest role as the leader of the United States Armed Forces. So, when traveling by road, he is chauffeured in a car commonly referred to as Cadillac One or the Beast. The Beast.
Right? What they say? What is it known as? The Beast. See?
Beast is the nickname for the Cadillac extensively modified to meet the security and comfort needs of the President of the United States. With a capacity of 8 people, the Beast has a masculine and large body, symbolizing the grandeur and power of the United States. Its windows are up to 5 inches thick, and its doors are 8 inches thick, making it highly resistant to attacks and external threats. With a 5,000 cubic centimeter diesel engine and ample fuel capacity, the Beast, also known as Cadillac One, has the power to operate effectively even in high-pressure situations. To protect the president, the Beast is equipped with hidden weapons for unexpected situations.
You know what I'm saying? So they got all that shit in there, right? You remember when John F. Kennedy was put to death, right? And I want to do a little video going into his speech that he had, and basically he goes into talking about this conspiracy that tried to hide who was the true Israelites and whatnot. That's really what he was talking about, you know. But we'll go on that another day, Lord willing. You know, maybe even later. You know, just go over a quick little run through of it. You know, but as you can see, look at all this stuff since that time where he was assassinated. you know, because he did a speech and went out the next day and got murdered. You see what I'm saying? But this is how much they've done to show you, like, they use that kind of stuff to be like, okay, we need protection. So now when they out here with all this shit, you know, when they come out here rolling with all this shit, man, you're gonna see, man, Esau Edom, man, is a devil, man. These people ain't just driving around no regular ass cars.
Additionally, it has numerous security features, including oxygen tanks and night vision technology that can be used in emergencies. To ensure the president's journey is not hindered, the Beast's wheels are designed to withstand punctures from sharp objects or bullet shots, as the tires are reinforced with Kevlar. The Beast is also outfitted with a satellite phone system, allowing the president to stay connected and communicate in areas with poor signal reception. Beyond cars, in certain situations, Joe Biden also travels by a train known as the presidential train.
We ain't gonna go that far into it, but the train got a whole bunch of shit too. But I'm gonna post it in the comment board for you brothers who want to do videos on it, maybe go a little bit deeper into it. Post that on the comment board for you. So now we're gonna keep going, and this is why this devil is proud, because they dressed up like they all fortified. They got all this nice stuff and the power of the U.S. and shit, right? But behind the scenes, the infrastructure's falling. You know, water's fucking contaminated. Air's contaminated with chemtrails and shit. You see what I'm saying? Just like that, we seen that video of that woman at the beginning. She looked like she all dressed up. She just a perfect, like, no flaws in her. Then she took all that shit off. You seen, oh shit, this bitch, who the fuck is this? You like dating two women and shit. Like, I don't want to date two women at the same time. I'm saying, like, I understand, like, a woman will wear makeup and stuff. I understand you like look beautiful and stuff, but we're at war right now. This ain't the time to be thinking about how good you look and shit. All right. And that's for Eve and for Jake. You know, we got Jake out here, so I'm trying to dress up all nice all the time, going to the club every weekend just to get some boxing and shit. And there ain't nothing wrong with going to the bar or whatever. But we trying to get you to understand that you need to be in a mindset where if you are doing those things, you're applying wisdom. Like you're not, you know, out there really like everybody else. You know, you keeping yourself in a mind state of thinking about what's my next video I'm going to do, you know? And it's a balance to it, but some brothers, you know, they going through certain things where they got to be a little bit more serious, and they can't just, you know, do whatever. Some brothers got families and stuff. So what do you think they got to do to keep that going? They got to apply wisdom. That's why we listen to the elders and apostles, because they've lived normal lives this whole time and been able to show us how to conduct ourselves, even though our situation might be a little different than them, you know, as young brothers, other brothers, you know, out here in America, Babylon, the great, some brothers overseas in the Virgin Islands and whatnot, you know, like Virgin Islands Straight Gate. Okay. We all dealing with certain curses, but all of them can be, you know, all of these different circumstances, you know, if you apply wisdom, they can, you know, you can overcome it. But we're just going into, like I said, we're going back to this, and this is why Babylon is so great. So they think they're just the smartest nation on the planet, but they didn't apply wisdom. They didn't understand that if you fuck with Israel, it's going to be a big problem for you in the end. They didn't want to apply that wisdom and understand that. They just wanted to go overboard and just think you can just do whatever the fuck you want. You riding around your little Cadillac one, your little beast, your little car. You think you're safe. Lord's going to get your ass. It's Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, right? Because they came out of the caves. And what did? They fucking moved the rocks around. There's roads everywhere and shit. Okay, they turned this place back into Rome again. This is the revived Roman Empire. That's why when you go to school, they teach you Roman numerals. You go, they go teach, you go to the courthouses. All of them got columns on them. Another brother, he's starting to come to the camp and stuff. He's been reporting to the camp. He's not in GMS, but he's been reporting to the camp every week. But he had a video going into like at the White House, they had the elemental P colors, because the rainbow's really ours, but they had it up there presenting them on the White House, man. Okay, this place is Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. So whose habitation is high, saith in his heart, which is his mind, who shall bring me down to the ground, right? Because they rolling around with their little cars. They got the night vision. They got the Kevlar on the wheels. They think they with the shit, man. That's how America is. They proud, man. Shalom, shalom, bro. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash, Barak, Atham. Shalom, shalom, bro. Thank you for tuning in. And, like, we see this stuff, man. And they don't apply wisdom. They don't apply wisdom. They some of the smartest people on the earth, right? They got all this high-tech shit, but it don't mean nothing because they don't apply wisdom. This the kind of wisdom that we apply over here at Great Millstone, though. True wisdom, this understanding of who we dealing with, This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. So these same people that you think that's got all this wisdom, they don't know shit. All these people that think they say they so damn smart here, they don't know nothing. And you're gonna find out real soon. Everybody in this world who believes that America Babylon the Great is this beautiful, pretty women like we seen in the beginning video. That woman, she look all good with her makeup on. When she take all that shit off, you like, damn, this bitch ain't got no teeth or nothing. Like, what the hell? And like, we not people who like just. I'm not, like I said, she wasn't just ugly. I'm trying to make a point. Like, America dresses herself up to look like she ain't got no flaws, and this bitch is utterly wicked, utterly dusty. Okay. And that woman that we seen, she dress up like that and go to the club. You seen it like a proudness in her face. Like, even though she had a whole fake ass facade on, she was looking like, kind of flooding her eyes and looking at you like, I'm the shit. That's how America is. Like, bitch, you ain't even got no teeth. Humble your little ass down. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High, right? This pride. They lift it up because they got all this fucking bread and shit, and they go to the club and make themselves put all that damn plastic ass makeup on, doo-doo on their face, make them think like they somebody. Tone that shit down. You ain't even no man of the Lord. We ain't even out there doing that shit. Cool that shit. For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, right? We're going to go over their word, foolishness, right? What does the Lord say? He said he said that these people, he said it's foolishness with the Most High, the wisdom of this world. They little nice ass whips and all this makeup and all this just shit, right? We're gonna look up that word in the Greek.
Strong's G 3472, Moria.
Moria, right? It says silliness, i.e. absurdity. Foolishness, right? We're going to look up that word absurdity. Okay. What's that talking about? Right?
Absurdity.
The quality or state of being ridiculous or widely unreasonable. That's how this place is. It's wildly unreasonable that that Esau, even so-called white man, is acting like this, and the other nations are acting like this, proud as shit. It's unreasonable because it says shame's gonna cover your ass for what you did to Israel. You still want to do that shit till at this time when you know that judgment's about to be executed for all the fucking times Israel's been in captivity. See what I'm saying? And brother did a lesson yesterday in the chat, because I'm in the Dallas chat, And the brother did he did a video going into Zephaniah 1:18, and he was going into the four horns, and that was a real good lesson. You know, it was real edifying. You know, he kind of went in that, but I don't want to get too deep into it. That's kind of like a deeper breakdown, but it's going into these captivities. Okay, the same ones in the book of Daniel that they talk about. Okay, the statue that's going to get destroyed, and we're at the bottom of that statue. We're just about out of here, and you know. But these devils still have this certain pride about them. Like they think they just with the shit. And they not. They not with the shit, man. Because why? Because they don't apply wisdom. Even though they got all this technology and they smart and shit, they don't understand that there's a repercussion for what y'all did to Israel. This is gonna be the root
Strong's
word.
G 3474 Moras.
This is the root word of it. So moros, it says foolish, impious, godless, right? Morally, blockhead, buckethead. See what I'm saying? Blockhead, absurd, fool, dull, or stupid, heedless. So these people who got all this bread going around like they the shit, the Lord said that these people are blockheads, retards, dull, stupid. That's what the Lord said about these people, man. And you want to follow him, Jake? What you think he gonna look like you at? What he gonna look at you as, especially if you the prince of the power? You supposed to be Israel, right? Right, Jake? How you gonna look following these people to the Lord? He gonna look at you like them. He gonna be like, hell no. And then Jake, the Lord showed Jake his teachers, show everything he's supposed to do, right? So everything Jake he's supposed to do, but Jake can't stop going to the church and going to the church and being with these people who acting like they wise and they smart because they got all these followers and they got a big ass church, right? But when it really comes to healing Jake, they can't, you know, they can't give Jake the proper wisdom to survive America, Babylon the Great. It's a false narrative. It's got makeup on it. It looked good when you go to the church, everybody dancing and saying Jesus and shit. But when you go in, like, these motherfuckers ain't talking about shit. Okay? And it's like almost gotten to the point where it's like this.
I feel it tonight, y'all. God's about to do it. Get up and walk. Oh. Get them out of here. Glory. That's all right. Some of y'all looking for your miracle to walk. When the Bible said we gonna mount up, I
believe. Oh shit. Jake is through. Okay. Yeah, no explanation for that shit. He said, get up and walk. I ain't got no legs, motherfucker. Okay, and that's how they is. They want to see a sign. They want to see some magical shit like we have made the. No, he said he ain't doing none of that shit. He gonna send the prophets. That's it. We're gonna tell you what's going down. And if you don't get it, then you don't get it. You know what I mean? But the churches is like trying to be out here trying to show signs and shit, and they done damn fucked up the whole skit. They done bring the only dude in walking in the wheelchair with no legs, and she said, "Get him out of here." These motherfuckers, man. Fake as hell, man. And of course, that was just a skit or whatever, but we seen some real weird shit going on in the churches. Like, motherfucker was bouncing on a trampoline and shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers? But a trampoline in the middle of the church, and this motherfucker bouncing on it, talking about this is how high my faith is. Nigga, that don't mean shit. Can't stand Jake ass. That's why we be, you know, be a little vexed, you know, like, man, Jake is retarded, man. Jake think he's so smart because he got them damn dollars with Esau's face on them. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy wisdom, get understanding. But you see, so you got a lot of people who have intelligence. They're smart, but they don't have the principal thing to be wise, to have wisdom, to get understanding of what we're dealing with, you know? And I quoted this earlier at the water. GMS Version Island Straight Gate. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 39. And it reads, but he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And that's talking about today, the prophets. You're not going to give you no other sign. Okay. And he got Jake with a fucking 12 tribe sign standing out there, and we're the sign too, to show you that this shit's going down. And Jake going to apply that wisdom. Jake just keep driving past the camp. And Jake, whenever you do have somebody come at the camp, they've really been seeing you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks in a row. And they're like, fuck, I got to go see what they're talking about. Jake don't ever want to tarry and shit. That's why the Lord said we got to be long suffering, because Jake be wanting to fucking wait for the last damn second before he starts showing up and shit. So that's why we have to have diligence. We have to have perseverance. We have to be able to apply wisdom and be long suffering, because we want to see the Lord's flock get saved. So we're always doing stuff for the Lord, constantly. And just because we ain't got a whole bunch of looking good clothes and, our women that surround us or whatever, our wives, they don't wear a whole bunch of makeup and they ain't glamorous. They think that we ain't the people of the Lord or some shit. We're under the fucking curses. You got to apply wisdom to understand that we're not going to look great right now. We're fucking in trouble with the Lord. Not going to look like we got fucking nice suits on and shit, and we got money and shit. Said we'll be dressed in sackcloth. Okay? This is not a fucking game, man. This is not like some just weak ass shit. You got to apply this shit more than just, you can't just say you love the Lord. You have to apply this to your life, and you have to, do it to the best of your abilities, And that's part of that wisdom. Part of that understanding is experience. And if you ain't ever been to the brothers' camp, you ain't never been out there with the brothers, you ain't never shown up to camp, Jake, you ain't never pulled up and stood on the side, and you don't got no experience in the body. And that's what the elders and apostles are saying. Like, you can't say you rock with us and double on us. You ain't even pulling up with us at war. That's war out there. We're at war. You got to be over there where the brothers is at. That's where the Lord set up the camps, And that's what it's about. It's about reporting to wherever the Lord put the leaders to go to. We got to go there, whatever costs, you're going to do it. The Lord's going to make a way where you can get there. That's the whole point. It talked about how a man dropped everything he had. Man, he sold everything he had. A rich man sold everything he had to get this truth, to go into this truth. Let go everything, whatever was going on. Like, I need to get over there with the brothers. I need to make this happen. That's how it's got to be. This is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 12. Apply thine heart unto instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. Right? What does it mean to apply? You're going to look up that word.
Strong's H, 935. Bow.
The bow, okay.
Bow.
Right? And this is in like the Assyrian Hebrew, because it's Old Testament. To go in, enter, come, go, come in, enter, come in, to be enumerated, right? What does that mean? To be enumerated, to mention separately as if in counting, name one by one, specify, right? Right? So you're supposed to be what? You're supposed to be applying these things in every little, every little circumstance of these scriptures. You're supposed to be applying those things one by one. When you start learning something in the scriptures, you learn how to apply that in many different situations, and that's wisdom, being able to apply these scriptures in everything you do. That's what we're going to be doing in the kingdom, applying everything that we see here on these scriptures into our daily lives. Because if you don't follow those, then you die. That's why the Lord has to put this in our inward parts. Okay, that's how important this word is. To bring in, cause to come in, gather, cause to come, bring near, bring against, bring upon. Says to war, grant, right? War with yourself. It also says another word I wanted to put in there. It said, besiege, but there is one word that I wanted to say earlier. It says follow, apply, attain. It says grant, and it says depart too. What does that mean to depart? It says to depart from wickedness. That's what we're applying. We're applying these things to depart from this place spiritually, okay? And physically in a lot of ways. That's why you don't see us eating pork. You don't see us doing all that shit, celebrating birthdays and shit, because there's a physical tie to that. So we're physically separating from this place too, but we're just not leaving. We're just going to stay where we're at until the Lord comes and gives us. But all that stuff goes to it counts for the spirit, as it is on earth, as it is in heaven. So what you do here, it mimics in the spirit world. So you have to have that wisdom to know that you're not just doing you're not just doing something. It seems like something simple. People going to church on Sunday and eating bacon. So you think that's just like something simple, but that's a very serious offense in the spirit world. That's what people are not getting. That's why Jake keep doing that shit. You don't understand he's going to get took out for that shit. It says carry. See, right? Carry. What it talk about? It said, pick up your cross, pick up your burden and follow me. You gotta apply that stuff. Okay. And it's about to start getting serious, man. It's about to start getting serious, and they know it. So we're going to go back. We're going to read verse 13. Withhold not correction from the child, right? Didn't it say we're children of the Most High, right? That's why we're getting corrected. For if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. And you know how it is. I'm from Greenville, Mississippi, and that's how we is. If you did something wrong, you getting your ass whooped. That was how it is. He shall not die. Thou shalt beat him with the rod and shall deliver his soul from hell, right? The grave, dying. So it's talking about not going to hell and burning forever. It's just talking about the grave or the conditions of living on your enemies. In this sense, it was talking about the grave. Okay? You look up that word hell, it don't say no place you burn forever or none of that shit. Okay? It says the grave. Matter of fact, we'll just pull it up. See? Sheol, underworld, grave, hell, pit. It's just a grave. Right? Wicked sent there for punishment. Where do we go to get punished? The earth. Because this is where all the fucking flesh is. And what's involved with flesh? Pain. And it says what 2/3 get? Suffer pain by death. See? This is where judgment is. Not somewhere you burn in hell forever. Okay? Moving on. I'm going to go to Philippians chapter 3, verse 7. Let me go look it over here. Right? So it starts right here. It says the goal of life. Okay? Right? But we're going to go down, we're going to go down to 7. Let's see, let's start with. Yeah, we ain't got to go there. Just want to get to the point. Okay, we'll start at 7. And it reads, but what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Hamashiach, right? Because why? Because the sin was still in them. This is Paul talk speaking, you know? It was still sin in them. You know what I mean? So that's what he was saying. Like, you know, we gained understanding of the Most High through suffering, but it's a loss for us. It talked about how he increases while we decrease. So as we suffer with the Most High, we humble ourselves for him to come in and reign. That's what we're here for. We're here to suffer with the Most High. You know? Give me 1 sec. Let's see. All right, I wanted to add something, but I ain't worried about that. We'll just keep going. And it reads, yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahawashi, my Lord. You know, Hamashiach, how you say that, Christ in Paleo Hebrew, in the Lashawan Qadash, how you say that, it's Hamashiach. It means the anointed. You know, it's talking about Yahawashi, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things. See, so when we suffered and lost the wisdom of this world, in the intelligence of this world, we gained this salvation. You don't want to think like these people, Jay. And do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach. And that's what he said earlier. That's what, you know, was said earlier, that the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. See? And be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Hamashiach, the righteousness which is of the Most High by faith. See, so this righteousness is not of our own. And it says it in the Old Testament too. We're going to show you that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings being made comfortable unto his death, if by any means I might attain unto resurrection of the dead. So we're going to stop right there. Just going in to show you that this wisdom that we are applying isn't even ours. It's from the Most High. We entered into other man's labors, you know? And what's you know, definitely interesting about it is there's some brothers that see in GMS, they coming back into their own labors that they did for the Lord last time and they're completing them. You know, the prophets are back today. The ones that wrote the book, some of them are out there teaching you. And I'm trying to tell you, it's from they coming out of GMS. There ain't no other camp that the prophets is in. You know why? Because they're not teaching 100% truth. You know, and if they are, they're gonna come out of that and they're gonna come over here eventually. You know, but it just doesn't make sense for one of them to just be over there right now. They're leading the flock right now. The majority of the prophets that are here today, of the 12, they're leading the flock right now. Okay, and they don't remember who they are, of course, because it says that we won't remember who we are. But they're doing what they're finishing their work, what the Lord sent them here to do. Okay, bringing us all in. It's Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17. It reads, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. That's what we're doing. We're judging, okay? Right? This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Just like he just said, Paul, what'd he say? He said, his righteousness is not of our own. He said, this ain't my righteousness, right? So we know that right now, you know, all the righteousness that we do have, the wisdom that we have applied, be humble, Jake, because this don't belong to us. This is Yahawah's knowledge. So we have to treat this like, you know, with high priority over our own wants and needs. That's why we do this more than anything. Okay? That's what you got to be like. Right? So we're going to look at this word righteousness. Okay? In the Old Testament.
Strong's H 6666. Sedakah.
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 You know, oh, it's a bunch of sixes. That don't mean shit. The only thing that matters is if you take the mark of the beast, the MARK, the mark of the beast, the RFDI chip you put in your right hand on the forehead. That's wicked. The number 6 isn't wicked. Okay? It's just a number. Okay? You got people, they see a bunch of 6s and they, oh, it's Satan. No, motherfucker. It depends on what you're applying. Has to be applied. Like, what's behind that shit? What's behind the makeup? Right? It says justice, righteousness in government, of judge, ruler, king, of law, of Davidic king, Messiah. Okay? Okay? That's what it's talking about. It's talking about the rebuilding of the tabernacle of King David. That's what you're seeing right now. Judges being raised up. The true judges. Okay? That's what you're seeing. That's what this is. That's why GMS is just like going to bring anybody in. They're looking for who? The elect, so we can get the fuck out of here. Because that's their job. And once they complete their job, it said then the end's going to come. So they want to get this shit over with. They want to get there, but we know it's on the Lord's time. But it talked about, it said, don't cease to do this work, until Israel's name be exalted in the earth. Okay? So you remember that show Fallout that they just made? Right? And in the game Fallout, they have these vending machines, and that's how you like buy your weapons and shit. You have to go through these vending machines. And look what they doing here in Oklahoma. Look what they doing. This is gonna start being at the grocery store and shit.
Vending machines stocked with ammunition have been installed in several grocery stores across the country, including one in southern Oklahoma. News 12's Drury Vaughn with our story.
Created by American Rounds last summer, CEO Grant Majors says they're aiming to prevent theft and illegal ammo sales to minors.
I mean, I've personally walked into stores and big box stores and found open boxes of ammunition just sitting there on the shelf.
The ammo retail vending machine uses a 92-point facial recognition system that scans and verifies the customer to their ID to prevent underage sales of ammunition.
And when you order online, there's nothing to prevent an underage to click, yes, I'm of age, and use a parent's credit card and buy ammunition.
Majors says the process is safe to use and does not save any customer information during their purchase.
To how it's being sold today versus
this process. Serious? You hear that?
I feel like we have the safest.
You hear that? We're going to stop there. But what did he say? Oh, it doesn't save any of your identification. So you got this highly multi-camera shit looking at your ass, and it ain't going to be able to get out of here, man. Okay? The fact is that what we're seeing the same things and post-apocalyptic video games and other shit that they put out there, movies and everything, and that they're doing the same shit. Okay, they're applying the same wisdom. Okay, this wisdom of foolishness. Okay. They think that this is gonna help like people not get ammunition or whatever. Like just because you got that damn thing in the store don't mean somebody still can still buy that shit online. What are you talking about? Like it's just because these people are a certain way. Their wisdom is a certain way. Okay? And it's right here. Very simple. This is Luke chapter 13, but wait, I want to do this first. Before I do that, first I want to do this. And this is why a lot of people are not going to get to this straight gate. They're not going to make it through this straight gate. They're not going to make it through the trial of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Not taking the MOTB is the ultimate one. But there's other trials that you have to pass as well. And the first one is, do you have the wisdom? That's the first thing. It says the principal thing is get wisdom. And then get understanding. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's the first thing you got to get before you can even be ready to take any of his tests. You're going to fail them all if you don't have those. Is like I said, then said one to them, Lord, there are few that to be saved. And he said unto them, Yahawashi, verse 24, strive to enter in at the straight gate. For many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able. And how they're going to try to seek to enter in is through the knowledge of this world. With this world, they're going to try to make it into the kingdom, and they're going to fail. So now I want to go to Isaiah 59, verse 8. And it reads, the way of peace they know not. That's the wisdom of this world. They don't know peace. They don't know how to obtain peace. And that's the balance of Jake. We know there's a time to love, a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace. And right now we're in a time of war. So Jake is in a war mindset. We're not, you don't see us over here in relax mode. We're active, okay? Spiritually active in this war for now. But if the Lord makes us those men, okay, and that day, like you seen in the beginning, Superman and them was he shot that gun and shit hit his eye and didn't even fuck with him, and all them bullets and shit was just bouncing off his ass. Yeah, that day you're gonna find out that we're gonna get physical in this bitch. If we're those men, those 144,000 elect, we're gonna fuck shit up. Okay, it's gonna be havoc on you motherfuckers. Okay, because we waited on the Lord. We waited on the Lord to bring us to do that. Why? Because we're bringing peace to the earth. By what? Rooting out the wicked. And it ain't going to be kind ass way. We're not going to be like, just here's the exit. You know, no, you're going to throw your ass to that motherfucker. It's Isaiah chapter 59, verse 8. And it reads, the way of peace they know not. And there is no judgment in their going. See, they're not judges. That's why we don't act like them. We don't think like them. We don't celebrate shit like them. We don't do shit like them. Because they're not fucking judges. They made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. That's how you see most of the people here. They be road raging and screaming and shoot people on the street for no reason. I seen some woman, she went to McDonald's and they like gave her the wrong size fries or gave her some soggy ass fries and she started shooting through the damn window and shit like. and what are they doing? They making it where you can go to the grocery store and buy bullets. You can have somebody in there and maybe he is a good citizen or outstanding citizen. He can just go in there and buy some bullets, go pull his gun out the car and start shooting at Walmart. Now he didn't even have to go nowhere else because he was just mad because he found out that the nation has had this makeup on talking about he's you know. The Lord's dealing with him and he find out he an Edomite and shit and then he just bug out. Okay. He take down all that makeup and find out this nation's a false ass light and it's finna get put out. Romans chapter 3, verse 17, going into the New Testament, they still the same way. And the way of peace they have not known. Right? Verse 18, there is no fear of the Most High before their eyes. And the fear of the Most High will make you what? Apply wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to whatever you do on earth. Okay? You won't eat bacon no more. You won't go to church on Sunday no more. You won't have sex with your woman on the Shabbats. You won't do that shit. You know? You will apply that and have fear of the Lord and be like, I ain't playing with that. You know? And some jakes, you know, like I said, some jakes, you know, it says not to work on the Shabbat, you know. It says like there was somebody who tried to pick up some sticks. The Israelite, he got put to death. But, you know, we under grace right now. So if you got to go to work, Jake, you know, it says don't be over righteous. If you got to go to work and stuff, okay, go to work. You know, it talked about how, you know, because you got to provide for you and the brotherhood. You know, it talked about how, like, if you went out there, it's like if you had a sheep that was lost out there, would you not go out to get that one sheep, even on the Sabbath? You know, you're so supposed to rest, but there's a sheep out there lost. You got to go out there and go get them. You know, and that's what we're doing. We're out here, even when you see us on the Shabbat, sometimes we out there on the highways and byways, even on the Shabbats. Why? Because we're looking for those lost sheep of Israel. That's why we be out there still. There's nothing wrong with that. Just apply wisdom, Jake, and you can do everything the Lord wants you to do. You know, he's not asking us to be perfect. You know, he's asking us to do it to the best of our abilities, and he knows abilities we have. So if you're not using them, Jake, he's going to get rid of your ass. So you better find out how, whatever you know how to do, you better give that to the Lord and allow him to, you know, maneuver with that and increase you in your knowledge on how you portray yourself as an Israelite. So here's another one. It reads, it says, my 16-year-old daughter has 4 million followers, dropped out of school to be a full-time influencer, and can afford her own house, but there's a dark side to her fame too, right? And we don't read into it too much, but you know, it's this family, they got a bunch of bread, and they daughter, they got all this money, you know, and they father had a good business. He was like doing like water treatment or something like that. And you know, it just shows you that this Generation Z, these last, how weak time has gotten in age. Like look how weak the mindset of people. And she's got enough money to buy a $300,000 house, and then she don't know how to do shit. She just know how to stand in front of a camera and put that fucking makeup on. You see what I'm saying? It don't got no damn nothing, no skills, nothing. You know, and maybe she do know some shit, but that's not what she getting paid for. She's getting paid for selling herself, exploiting herself, putting herself out there. Okay? Online. You see what I'm saying? It's easy to get rich, Jake, but that don't mean that you smart. That doesn't mean that you have wisdom. Just because you dropped out of school and got some bread, that doesn't mean you have wisdom. You know, and she got all that stuff. It won't save her if they open that draft. It ain't gonna save her from that. You know, because she said she was 16. Maybe she a little older now. She probably like 18, 20. Right? That's in the bracket of getting drafted. And even if you don't get drafted, this place gonna turn to World War III too. Okay, this place gonna turn to Civil War too. This place gonna turn to a battlefield. Ain't nowhere safe, Jay. This is Job chapter 27, verse 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. So the Lord bring these people just to what? Heap treasures for the last days and get destroyed. And they think they smart. They think they smart. They over here talking about some, they you know, like I said, in Psalms 49:11, they talk about how their inward thought is their houses continue forever. I'm gonna get her a $200,000 house, and then later on, when she get older, she can buy a real house she wants. This is just her decoy house. This is how far these people be thinking into the future. It's not smart. They think they smart. They don't know how to apply wisdom. Job chapter 27, verse 14, because they be reading this like, oh shit, we might not be here tomorrow. Job chapter 27, verse 14, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Why? Because they're going to make all that bread, and they're going to realize it ain't going to save them out of being enlisted into the draft. It's not going to save them. It's not going to save them if, you know, this place turns into a battlefield. You can go in your bunkers, whatever, do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, that wisdom, you're going to find out that it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough to survive Jacob's trouble. So you got to apply the wisdom and knowledge. Like I said, it should be the stability of thy times. You got to apply that if you want to make it out of what's coming. Now, this happened in Nigeria. Nationwide blackout as power grid collapses fourth time in 2024. Now, Nigeria, when you look over here, it says cuts off West and joins BRICS due to currency devaluation. So they're desperate. They're desperate. So the Lord has put them in a desperate situation to what? Fulfill prophecy. They're going to come and be a guard unto Russia. Okay? Just like the other nations, you know, that are in the BRICS. The Lord is making it to where they can't fucking sustain themselves. So they're like, fuck, we got to go over here. We got to squat up. And that's what the Lord's doing. He's forcing everybody's hands to move into two brackets. You're going to be with America, Babylon the Great, and these so-called Israelites, these so-called Jewish people over here in the land of Israel, Amalekites, okay, the first descendants of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You're going to be with them and NATO and them or whatever, or you gonna be over there with the BRICS. And a lot of NATO is gonna go to the BRICS. You already got a lot of NATO dismembering and going to the BRICS. This is Ezekiel 38:4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. It's talking about turning turning Russia into that old Soviet Union again. That's what it's talking about, making them fucking vicious. And I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Verse 5, Persia, right? Who's that? Iran. That's why they're with them. Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? 6, Gomer. Okay, that's Turkey. Okay, Gomer, talking about Turkey, and they just left the BRICS, or they just left NATO and went with the BRICS, and all his bands in the house of Togomar and North Quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Okay, Nigeria is going to be one of them. Verse 7: Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Okay, see, it's talking about them coming under Russia, because why? Because they're not going to be able to make it on their own. Their fucking power grid's shutting down fucking 3-4 times a year and shit. They're going to need assistance. They're going to go to Russia, because that's the, them and China are together. Those two powers together are a very incredible force. They're going to go under them, and China's going to go under Russia, because Russia was the first one to put their foot down when America Babylon the Great was like, fuck all that. We finna fight y'all this time. We've been waiting for a long time to get at y'all ass. So while that's all going on, this is my last article. Got a couple precepts. We out of here. So while that's going on, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is getting nervous. Okay, he's getting real nervous, and now he wants to call his prophets. He wants to call all these. He wants people to challenge the narrative of what we're saying. Okay. That's why you got people starting to pop up at the camp, Jake, and they start trying to come with all these different narratives, and we got, show them in the spirit that they're going off. Okay. This is what they're doing. Okay. And I've been having more people day by day be like, why do you have all them chains on? I'm confused. I'm curious. Why do you act like you do? Okay. Because they're starting to see like the government is like, y'all need to start reading this Bible and get learned up, because this is the only way that we're going to be able to fucking keep this shit alive is the elect stays asleep. Okay. And this was mainly how they kept the elect asleep, taking out certain scriptures. That's what the Bible destruction did in the 1800s. It was taking out shit. Okay. So we wouldn't know what the fuck was going on. But now we got everything. They're like, shit. They're trying to find their own interpretations. Oklahoma students should read the Bible in their classes. Now they're saying that, and challenge dubious interpretations. See? They want people to see. It says we'll go down a little bit. Surely the moves by Walters in the state of Louisiana challenges the doctrine of separation of church and state. See, they want to bring it together. Okay, so they can be swift, harsh laws, just like they had over there in England and in Great Britain. Okay, that's why they came down here, so they could separate church and state. But what's the Lord doing? He's got them putting it back together, so they can be like I always mention at that show, that movie Handmaid. Okay, they put Bible and church and state together, and they became a vicious, like, wicked fucking government, man, and put your ass to death like in old Israel. Like if you committed adultery, you put to death and shit. They was doing that kind of shit. That's what's going to come back here, but it's going to be more directed towards the MOTB. You don't take that thing, you're going to get put to death. Okay? That's what it's going to be like. Okay? They're going to make this shit real. Okay? The Lord's got them getting ready to put this shit out there. Like, yeah, we're fucking Esau, even so-called white man in the Bible, and we are the demons. You don't take this shit, we're going to do some demon shit. That's what they're going to start acting like. Okay? They're going to come down with great wrath that they realize Jake ain't going back to sleep. They're going to fucking give it their all. Because it says the way of peace, they don't know. What way you think they're going to go out, Jake? They're going to go out violent as fuck, man. And these people going over here, they challenging the narrative. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when they try to pull up at the camp? Pull your ass up at the camp. You want to come judge our, test our narrative? Pull up at the camp. We're going to see who's right. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19, and it reads, the Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, right? They're going to come with affliction on Jake. There's going to come a time where, Jake, it's not going to be cool to be a Hebrew Israelite. You still going to be Israel? That's applying that wisdom. We know now a lot of people are going to fucking hate us in that day because they're going to know that we were the prophets, man. We weren't fucking playing with this shit. And it said that everybody will hate you for my name's sake, men. So that's why you don't see us around just any regular ass man. They got to been applying wisdom to this truth for us to want to be around them. Or they're going to hate you later. They're going to betray you later. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things where there is no profit. You see? So when they go in there and really study and start going into the narratives and they try to act like they're a damn scholar, they're going to go over there to the camp and get chopped the fuck up in the spirit. They're going to be finding out, oh, shit, we got lied to. How do we know they got lied to? John chapter 8, verse 44. And it reads, ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. And what's that thing? Forging lies, making false narratives. That's what they love doing. They're going to keep doing that. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth. That's how they are. And this is Yahawashi speaking, because there's no truth in him. There's no truth in these heathens or Esau, even the so-called white man. There's no truth in them. That's why they will never come to this truth, because it's not in them. So that's how you know if you're in this truth, what that mean. You're probably an Israelite. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. So that's why they're going to come up saying that they inherited lies, because that's literally their Esau, Edom, so-called white man. It's the father of that shit. It said they were born straight out the womb speaking lies. Okay? So they seem smart. They seem like they got it all down. They got their bulletproof cars and all their planes and shit. But what does it say? Some of the smartest people on this earth forget to be wise, man. Why? Because the way of truth, they have not known. So shalom to elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, foreign Israelites, other like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawashi. I got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Let us all to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when this be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah 3:5. It is not slack. 2 Peter 3:9. And it's unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Lord, when it is edifying to the flock. Wa abab ball. The water for tuning in. You know, may Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi bless you in your households. Stay prayed up. Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.